Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. So I got another good question this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, somebody asked, what do you do in terms of keywords for your pages other than your homepage and your main service pages? So pages like your about page, your contact page, your pricing. Yeah, it is a good question. It's
services.
Something. Well, no, services are your main pages. Those are your service pages.
Oh, right. Sorry. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Still sleeping.
So this is something I've talked a little bit about in the past, but just
in passing.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't really addressed it specifically because those pages, at least in terms of keywords, they're not as important as your homepage and your main, I'm going to call them your service pages.
On the scheme of things, but they're still important, aren't they?
The pages are important, yes. If, for example, if you're running a SEMrush audit and those pages come back and they have problems, you want to make sure those pages are healthy. Yes. Absolutely. But you don't need to focus your main keywords on those pages. Okay. In other words, if your main keyword is children's photography in Brooklyn, you don't need to make the focus of your contact page children's photography Brooklyn and the focus of your about and your pricing and your testimonials. Right. So first, I think it's very helpful to ask yourself, when would those pages appear in Google?
Oh, right.
When would your about page appear? When would your contact page appear in Google?
If people were looking specifically for you?
Exactly.
Hey, ding, 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 ding. I win a car.
Yeah. Well, no.
No. I don't want one.
Yeah, I would have to drive it anyway.
You would, and park it.
Yes.
And get gas for it.
But that's exactly right. Your about page and probably your contact page are going to appear hopefully first or second behind your homepage when somebody searches for, hey, I want to contact Meredith Zinner.
Right.
Or I want to know more about Meredith Zinner.
Right.
So those are your keywords for those pages. It's very straightforward. Yeah. The keyword focus for your contact page is contact Meredith Zinner photography. Like, that's it.
Oh, that's great. Easy.
That's when that page is going to appear in Google. So right away, right in your title tag, the first words, contact Meredith Zinner.
Hey.
Now, you can also, what I'd like to do here is also try to work in your location keywords. So, how
specific?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, for you, it would probably be Brooklyn,
Manhattan.
Yeah. Well,
NYC.
You're a Brooklyn photographer. So the goal here is to describe you. Like, contact Meredith Zinner. She's a Brooklyn photographer. Right. I like doing this instead of trying to work those keywords into your service pages.
Right.
So you don't need to make your service page like children's photography Brooklyn, children's photography Manhattan, children's photography Park Slope.
Yeah.
But when you're yes, exactly. When you're talking about yourself, you live in Brooklyn, you live in Park Slope. You work all over New York, but this is a good way to, I think, include those terms naturally.
Yeah, and it also establishes, is it good for location services as well?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, just like in the mapping thing, when they're like photographers near you.
Yes, exactly. That's what we're trying to do.
Aha.
Absolutely. Yeah. But this is one way I like to work it in. So I want to go through each, or what I imagine people have as the most common pages that are not service pages. So you have your about page, right?
Right.
So same thing as your contact page. Your keyword is going to be about Meredith Zinner.
Right.
Or you could say about Meredith Zinner photography. Or you could say something like about Meredith Zinner and then have a comma or a little pipe and then say...
Pipe?
A pipe is like a forward. They have the forward and backslashes, and then they have that symbol that's just straight up and down.
Yeah, that's called a pipe?
That's called a pipe.
Like a smoking pipe? Like
the word is the same, yes.
Ceci n'est pas une pipe?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a pipe. And it's good for SEO. It's a lot of people use it
straight
because
like a pipe?
Yes, it's straight like a pipe.
Okay.
Exactly. And it doesn't take up much width. So
Correct.
So if you put an underscore takes up a lot of width. And if you remember, when you're writing title tags, you're going to be limited in the amount and the width that you have.
With the character space.
Yes. And technically, it's not character spacing. It's actually pixel spacing.
What?
You have so many pixels. Well, think about it. If you have, we're getting off tangent here, but I'm
L's
fascinated by
would
this.
be better than M's or W's.
Yeah. Think if you had a string of W's,
right?
And then you had a string of lowercase i's.
Yeah.
The lowercase i's, you're going to fit a lot more characters into the same width.
So you want a name like Lily?
Oh, yeah. If you're going to name yourself based on SEO, yes, that's true.
All right. This is fast. This is interesting to me.
I think
now
this is fast.
So it's fast. Baxter. No, it's going to be rough. Wilhelmina.
So we use a lot of times when we talk about titles, we say that there is a character limit, and that's just because it's a lot easier to implement. Like on average, they're close. Words are going to sometimes have eyes, but it's very hard to figure out how many pixels your title tag is. So instead we say, try not to go above 60 characters, and that usually will fit.
Right.
Not always. Like try putting 60 W's in there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It won't fit. But anyway.
Thank goodness my name's not
Yeah, I know. Although that would be good for SEO. It would be the only one.
I would be the only one.
Anyway, let's talk about your other pages. So we did the contact page.
Yeah.
We did the about page.
Yeah.
About page is going to be the same thing. About Meredith Zinner, or about Meredith Zinner Photography, or about Meredith Zinner Pipe. Brooklyn Photography.
Meredith Zinner's pipe.
Yes. Pipe. The symbol pipe.
Right.
So that's, we got your contact page, your about page. You probably have a pricing page.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to appear when somebody does a search for something like Meredith Zinner prices.
Right.
This is the reason when you always want to name that page investment.
Yes.
And I want to name it prices.
Yes.
I guarantee you, nobody is looking for Meredith Zinner investment.
Oh, you're right.
People are looking for Meredith Zinner rates, prices.
You're right. I hate to say it.
But this, well, it's about SEO. I'm right, but there is a trade. SEO is not a totally black and white. There's a trade-off between it's still got to be usable and people still have to like it.
Right.
So if you really feel investment is the message that you want to convey to people instead of rates, that's fine. However, I sometimes in your title tags will still include prices or something like that.
Thank you.
Yes. So now we got prices. Here's another one. Your testimonials page.
Yeah.
I guarantee you nobody is searching for Meredith Zinner testimonials, but they might be searching for Meredith Zinner reviews.
Reviews, right.
So it's the same thing. I like to include reviews in the title of that page, even if you want to call it, I mean, you've named that page numerous things. I don't think testimonials is the greatest, but you've said client raves and, notes from clients and happy families.
Happy families.
Yeah, things like that. It's okay. But in the title tag of that page, I would encourage you to say Meredith Zinner review, or you're probably not Meredith Zinner if you're listening to this. Well, Meredith Zinner doesn't listen to this.
She does not.
But use your name, Meredith Zinner reviews, and then the symbol pipe, and then whatever you want to call it. Happy families, letters from clients, whatever it is.
Feedback.
So I think those are probably the 4 pages that most people are going to have, right? Your about, your rates, your contact, your testimonials.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have other pages, and I would say most likely the same things apply, unless you get into the area of like, here's a sample shoot.
Right.
Like let's say you want to do a sample shoot for children's photography. Yeah, then children's photography is going to be the focus there.
Okay. But sample shoot, people may want to just know examples.
Yeah. And if you have, and I will say this, because this happens often, a lot of times photographers want to put up a sample shoot and it's just a gallery. There's no words. Right. It's just a bunch of images. That's not going to rank for anything. So I would say you don't need, just call that portfolio or sample something. Don't, it's not going to matter really. Just get your brand on there. Your brand.
So I have a question. So I, in my new to come website someday, I have heirlooms.
Mm-hmm.
So what would I?
Right.
What are you going to title tag that?
Yes, I'm going to call that products.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to use products because that, somebody might be searching for products.
Right.
Once people get to the page and they're looking at the page, it can say heirlooms.
Okay.
I would like to include the word products into the title tag. I would love to include products into the page somewhere other than just the title.
Okay. I can do that.
But yeah, that's another good example. Your products, I would call it your products page.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, and your blog page.
Oh, blog.
your main blog page. Same thing. The main blog page is very, very, very rarely going to rank directly in Google. What's going to rank is an individual blog page.
Right.
When you think about your main blog page, what is it? There's no unique content there. It's just little snippets from all individual blogs, right?
Yeah.
And it's always dynamic. It's always changing. It's usually not going to rank. So don't worry too much about that. I just call that one blog, Meredith Zinner's blog, Meredith Zinner Photography blog, or blog Meredith Zinner Photography. Something straightforward like that.
Or she needs more of this.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you, wonderful listener, for submitting that question.
Yeah,
Please
thank you for the question.
Everyone, keep those questions coming because that really helps.
Yeah, the questions have been really, really great recently. So I think I'm going to put right in the show notes a link to where you can submit questions because I love getting the questions.
Yeah, it makes us feel happy.
Send me your questions.
Wilhelmina.
Hold on. What? Stop saying names.
Okay.
I was just going to say something really good.
You were saying...
Okay. Be quiet. I'm going to start over.
What? Please? Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.